All right. So I think it is live now. And first of all, for everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to look at more features in terms of our expense manager. So just before we start, a quick recap for those who are new to this series or those who are looking at this for the first time. So far, what I am doing is building an expense manager application. This expense manager application has few modules already. I have done a little bit of documentation for you to understand what this current system is able to do. But still, I will give you a quick walkthrough of what that application is and where we are in terms of our functionality. So first of all, we have this dashboard which gives us a list of our recent transactions, my bank accounts. So obviously now you can understand that in the application I'm able to do certain things. For example, I am able to add accounts. These are the bank accounts which I typically would use for my expenses and manage my incomes. Okay, then I have the ability to add categories. Every transaction would typically fall under a category, and this is what we are trying to do over here. A category can fall into two types at a high level. Either they are incomes or they are expenses, and so I have created that. And right now what we are doing is working on the biller module. Now what does that biller module do? It allows me to create billers. Billers are basically any entity which is going to charge me for something. I'm using services, and so billers are those service providers which will charge me for something. So for example, my MSEB, who is giving me electricity, that's one biller. And I'm using Cursor, I'm using Airtel for my internet, I'm using Vodafone. So all these are going to be billers. Now, once I have billers, I can go inside them and I can add bills to that. What that allows me to do is say that this biller will typically charge me something. Now, that's a default amount just for simplicity. And a biller, so a biller will have a default amount. I can select a frequency. Okay, weekly, monthly, quarterly, half yearly, yearly. These are few which I found to be the most common. And I also have a custom one where I can mention the date, or rather the days, the frequency. For example, I have seen that Vodafone has a unique thing of 28 days. So if you have some biller, who has a non-standard um, frequency, you can handle it with that. And then intervals of days and stuff like that. Okay, and what it allows you to do is add those bills. So the idea here is, with this we should be able to get some reminders on our dashboard, and make sense, because then every month I will have a list of bills that I need to pay, and accordingly those things will be taken care of. So yeah, this is what we have done so far. In my last video, if you go over here in my project, you will see that most of my commits, right, are based on the videos. So I am trying to cover most of the functionalities on live. I am doing very little code um, outside my live sessions, so that every one of you can get a sense of the entire project. Okay, and if you go to my channel, you will able to see that. Let me show you actually. What is this video? Come on, why is this so slow? I don't know. Okay, yeah, a lot of bike related videos will come up because I have been recently doing a little bit of research on bikes, and so yeah, if you go to live rather, yeah, you'll see this entire series from video 1 till today, which is video number 13. We have covered most of the functionality, so you can go there and you can watch that. You will get a complete sense. The entire project is covered. Now, I have been looking at what I have done so far, and to be very honest, in this form, right, the first change that I would like to do is, instead of day of the month, right, I am going to change it to next payment date. The reason is very simple. I'll show you what we have done in the app. HTTP, no, not HTTP, add bill action. Can you see? I am calculating the next payment date. Okay. Now, the problem here is, if I try to calculate the next payment date, there are, especially when I'm creating the bill, this is the bill. Sorry, when I do the biller, I create this, but when I'm trying to get the next date, the date can be in the past. So what do I do? There are certain things which was becoming a problem. So what I feel is a more simpler option is to simply ask the user to select the next billing date, and that will completely take care of it. So right now we are taking the day of the month. Instead, I'll just take the next payment date, and that's it. That will take care of everything. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do, the first refactor. So let's get started. Okay, do we have any comments? No, we don't have any so far, but yeah, guys, if you have any comments, then feel free to ask them, and let's make it a bit interactive. I love interacting with you and while coding, so it makes it more interesting. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing is this date. I have data, user ID, and here what I will do is carbon parse data, and I will do next payment date. Okay. And with this, I can get rid of everything here. Why? Because now I am putting the onus of the selection on the user. Okay, I have a comment. Rahul. Hi Rahul, how are you doing, man? I'm happy that you have joined. Hope you get to learn something new, and yeah, thanks for being online. How are you doing, by the way? All right, so let's continue. Yeah, so this is going to make sense only when we are literally I will show you through Tinker. App models bill all to array. So in here, if I just get the next payment date, right, I am thinking of getting rid of this day of month. Okay, because I was trying out some pseudocode and playing around with different combinations, and I felt that the most simple way to handle this is get rid of this column. This is not required. We have frequency, we have next payment date. So what we will do is, when this bill is created, the user says, what is my next payment date? Now, if it is in the past, then the user will never select that. I mean, like I am sitting on 1st of November, and I cannot say that my next payment date is 31st October. That doesn't make sense, right? So I will have to then select, let's say, 30th of November. So I can do something like that, and that would simplify things. And hence, this doesn't it's not required, right? So I will remove that. And for that, what I will do is, let's search for it and see how many places we need to make those changes. First of all, yes, the request, this field will not be required. But what I will require is interval days is required. I will do next payment date. Why is it removing it? Yeah, it's a required field and it should be a date. Okay, this is one change that I made. And now day of the month, I get rid of this. In the migration, right? Yeah, I will reseed my database, okay, because I haven't gone to production, so this is completely fine. Then what is it? Day of the month. Yeah, I will get rid of this. Okay, and what else we have? Obviously, the next payment date will be required. So yes, I will do that. Let me see. New date. Next payment date will be either this, or does it mean it will select the current date? No, because I can simply do this. Let me see. Okay, what happens in that particular case? I think I'll have to first change this. This becomes, first of all, next payment date. Yes, next payment date. Yep, all changes are fine. You know, these refactors have become so easy now with this AI tools. I really enjoy doing this. Very, very easy. Now, next payment date. Okay, it is not taking any default date. And let me come over here. Okay, it is taking the current date, so it's a nice user experience. I'll keep it. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now what next? Let me see. Let's go into our cursor and see where all we need to make changes. Yeah, this is also not required. So I guess more or less we have removed everything for day of the month. So let me exit Tinker and do MRS. For those of you who are new, my MRS is a short form for PHP Artisan Migrate Refresh Seed. So I'll just do MRS. It will rejig the database, and obviously it will also log me out, which is fine. Oh, I am sorry. I need one more change to the database. I'll tell you what the problem is. When I was writing those codes, right, I realized that I am in a limbo land. How? So create bill instance, right? Now in this, what is happening is this transaction is a required field. I we'll have to make it nullable, because bill instance will be created through the cron. Okay, and that cron will put this status as pending, and when the instance is in a pending state, that means the transaction hasn't happened, so I cannot keep it a required field, so I'll do it nullable. Okay, and this will allow me to um, yeah, this will allow me to create that instance without the transaction. And I think the the recommendation is correct. It's a string field. Whenever it is created, I will create it with the default value of pending. This is a good thing to do, because then my create statements can be a bit easier, but obviously I still ensure that I add them. But yeah, default value is always better. I'll run that migration again. Sorry again, I have a sore throat, so sometimes there is a little bit of itching. Sorry about that. I'll try to keep it to the minimum. Password 123, remember, login, and let me see what I have in my biller. Hmm. This is a spelling mistake. Let me also fix that. I haven't fixed it yet. Database header, yes. What is it? Interter. I don't know what that even means. Internet. Yeah, the description was correct. But yeah. All right. This is all set. Now, let us create a new bill. I'll create one internet. I'll create one for prepaid. So let's say 300. This is monthly. I get that bill every 20th. So the next payment date is 20th. Add bill. And with this, we should have a biller instance. Yes. I'll add one more, which is add bill. Set 209. Custom. Next payment date will be 28 days, right? So yes, here the interval is 28 days. Auto generate is true. All right, this is done. This is the first refactor that was required, so that I don't have the requirement of day of month. Okay, let me make a commit at this point, because it will be easy for everyone to handle it. Let me quickly review. So now I will also run vendor bin pint and npm run format. And while this is happening, I have removed everything here. We just have this. Okay, this is perfect. I can move with this. The only question is, carbon is added and this is removed. Yes, so this is fine. Then I have, let me look at the model. Yes, this is removed, and I'm not using it anywhere else. Yeah, this can be added to the stage changes as well. This is not required and this is required. Perfect. Build stable. I get rid of this. Okay. Build instance table. This is now optional, as in nullable, and it has a default value. Okay. This is a spelling mistake. INTERNET. And I have removed this, added this. This is all the UI stuff. Okay. And this is my definition update for TypeScript. Video 13, refactor to remove day of month column. Okay, let me push this. Okay, this is done. Now, this is ready. Why don't we add a script so that we are able to generate the bill instance? This is the action. No, I would say this is like the how do you say? Yeah, this is the action which will be responsible to check if I have any pending payment, and then it will create that bill instance. Okay, so yeah, let me actually do that. So first things first, I will create an action. Okay, let me close everything here, and what should we name it? Just trying to think of it. Generate monthly bill instances. Generate monthly bill instance. Yeah. Generate monthly bill instances. It can create multiple, so instances action.php. And I've been happy if it would have. Yes, thank you. That's what I was going to say. Now, what will it require? Generate monthly bill instance. So what it needs to do is actually make a query. Okay. What will that query look like? The query will be, it will look at the database and check how many bill instances are there. Oh, by the way, there is a question by Rahul. He's asking, are you using auto-generated Git commit messages by Cursor? Yes, Rahul, I do that. On quite a few of my projects, I use that feature because it. Hey, what happened? Oh, sorry guys. For a second, my monitor just switched off, but yeah, it's back. Yeah, and I was saying that yes, some of the messages, right, I do generate using Cursor, but in here, because these are video ID references, which I know Cursor will not be able to do that, I have added it. But yes, otherwise in my projects, right, it now knows the structure of commit messages, and it generates beautiful messages with details about what are the changes that I have done in particular files. So when I make smaller commits, right, those messages make so much sense. They are beautifully done. So I highly recommend in your project to use it. That's a great question, Rahul, and yeah, thank you for that. Okay, let's continue with our query. So our query will need to query the bill table. So I'll show you Tinker app models bill all to array. Right. So we need to query the bills table. We need to check how many of them are active. Okay, that's the bare minimum. Then we need to check how many of them are auto-generate true, because those which are set to auto-generate as true, we will generate the bill instances. And then we will need to check how many of them fall between the start and end of the current month. Okay, so for the start and end of the current month, what we will do is we will take start of month th carbon. Now start of the month, yes, that's correct. The next will be end of the month, yes, I will do that. Can you please wait for some time? Now I will also I'm just thinking whether, yeah, I think I'll also take the current date. Okay, I'll tell you why. So, and it's going to be an optional one, carbon current date, because otherwise, right, we will not be able to get on second. Like if we want to check how do we stand on current date, it will become a bit difficult. So I will take the current date, and it allows me to get future date based lists as well. Okay. So current date is current date or now, and so what I will do is actually change these two. It will be current date start of the month, current date copy. Okay, current date copy start of the month, and this is end of the month. Why is it generating this? Okay, this is something that I will start with. Okay, so now the query $bills equals bill. I'll do a query first. Okay, then the first thing is where, by the way, yes, it is a good idea to have scoped queries. I will add that later. Right now I will be a bit verbose, which is active should be true, where auto generate bill is true. Maybe we will also use cursor for those scoped queries. Okay, we will ask it to do that refactoring. Next payment date, start date, end date, yes, correct. And we'll do get. Now dd bills to array. Let's go to web.php and create a route. Okay, get test. Now, I have this habit of doing it, so I like running that code in a test route, check whether this is working or not, and then finally implement it. Action equals app. This is generate monthly bill instance class. This action execute, and now I should be able to test. Let me go to my browser. Test. And I have two instances, right? Okay. So what I am doing over here is yeah, I'm just thinking from the user flow perspective. What I plan to do is, let's say on the dashboard, I will have a table which says pending payments or pending bills. Okay, and there will be a pay button, and that will be based on these dates. Okay, and I can click on the pay button, a form will pop up, I can put the details, and that should allow us to make that payment. Okay, let me check my notes as well. I wanted to create action, show using the route, yes. Make changes to the bill, yes, I have done that. Query, now we have the query, share data on the dashboard. So yes, the UI is something which we need to create, but before that, I think what is due is I will ask Cursor to help me out, and what I will say is create a scope query in the bill model so that I can use bus. That's about it. Let's see what it does. So this action, right, I will run it as a cron entry. So I can run it multiple times, and I will make it idempotent so that it first checks whether there is an entry for this or not as bill instance, and if it is there, it will not do anything. Okay, what is it doing? This vendor, this, it is running the formatter. Okay, please go ahead. Okay, by the way, guys, I am using Cursor and Claude, and believe me, the productivity change that I have seen is just amazing. Okay, especially, right, I used to take time with JavaScript because I am primarily a backend developer. I feel very comfortable with backend, but although I know Vue and React, and I can create applications. I have done mobile apps, but I'm not as comfortable with JavaScript as Laravel, obviously. Okay, so it does take time. It used to take time, but now with AI, I'm very fast with even JavaScript. So I really enjoy that. Plus, I used to face a lot of problems with TypeScript, and those kind of problems and all have also gone because I now just tell it and it comes up with the perfect solution, and I'm so happy. Yeah, query scope. This is fine. I should tell it to do it for this as well. Can you have a scope query for auto generate bill as well? So it should make that change as well, and now it really reads better, which is it has created auto generate bill. It's running fine, which is fine. I just need to see what is the method name it has generated. Scope auto generate bill. Yes, should be singular, and so auto generate bill. Yeah, I'm thinking is because these are booleans. Uh, is auto generate bill will read better? First of all, no, active is fine. I think active, right? What do you guys think? Is active fine, or do you feel it should be is active? I mean, the flag is definitely is active. The bill model, what we have, um, scope active. This reads well, and this is auto generate bill. Hmm. I think this is fine. Auto generate bill. Yeah. Active auto generate bill. Okay. Let's go with this. If later on I feel that it needs to be changed, then we will do that. Right now it's being used in only one place. Um, yeah, this is okay. Now we have so far only queried the database. We haven't made an instance, right? We need to create the bill instance, so we will do that. And this function or this action should return the count. Okay, I'll say that whenever it runs, it will tell me how many instance it has created. So I will have a generated count as 0. Then I will obviously need to do a for each loop. This is a collection, right? So I can do something like each function. Whoa. Hold on. I will not use the use as of now. Let me get that later. I do need and generate count. Okay. So now in here, I will do a database transaction ideally, because I will need to query the bill instance first. Okay, let us first do that. So db eliminate support facades transaction function okay, we hold on, buddy. I made some mistake. I think there's a syntax error. And what is it? I think this should fix the problem. Okay. I have a comment. Rahul says, I also code in Vue and React, but most of the time I feel Vue.js is more lightweight and developer centric, especially with composition API. Yes, Rahul, I completely agree with you. Vue.js, right? It has a lot of things which like I haven't recently worked with composition API much, but I will give you a small example. V model bind. Okay, then the computed properties on submit. These are some nice Vue directives which makes your life so easy. Compare that to, let's say, uh, React, where typically whenever there is a on change, I mean a model, a form element needs to change, right? I think I'm able to, I hope I'm able to explain you properly, but let's take this example in any input field. This on change set data. Now any input field will need that. With Vue, it's just you do a Vue vbind, and it automatically takes care of that set data, get data, those kind of things in Vue. But in React we have to do it manually. So uh, that's where I felt that it misses out on certain things. It's very thin layer. But yes, the only reason I do React, I mean there are two primary reasons. The first reason is most of my projects in my company, right, they are on React. Why? Because the clients still continue to prefer React. And the second thing is, it's very TypeScript friendly. I didn't see that level of TypeScript thing with Vue, or maybe it is my limitation, because I didn't see that um, TypeScript friendliness with Vue. I didn't understand that how to do that well. I enjoy the TypeScript thing with React, and hence I generally prefer it. Okay. Otherwise, yes, from ease perspective, I would still say that Vue is much easier to work with, and I enjoy it definitely. Okay, so I should um, focus now on getting the transaction ready. Okay, so exists. Okay, let me see if the bill instance query, yes, instance exists where bill id is bill id, yes, correct, and my due date is this, yes. If it exists, if it doesn't exist, what I will do is I will not return. Hold on. If it doesn't, um hmm yeah, I think if it exists, then return. Okay, but if that doesn't, oh yes, I will have to, because this is a transaction, this is fine. If it doesn't exist, which is this case, I will do bill instance, create bill id is bill id, fine. Due date will be next payment date of the bill, yes, correct. Amount will be the default amount, and status is pending, which is correct. Chinmay, hey, hi Chinmay, how are you doing? Yes, definitely. Vue feels easy. Yes, Vue feels definitely easy. Um, so for those who want to start with a framework or UI library, I would definitely recommend Vue because it is easy to work with. But then yes, if you are planning to work with your company's requirement and stuff like that, I know there will be people who would say that React has a wider adoption, and I definitely agree to that. Okay, now I need to update the, so if I am creating a bill instance, right, what I would also like to do is set the uh, payment date, the next payment date of the bill, to be the next actual next payment date. Okay, so next payment date, like if you see the bill has this, right? So if I have created an instance for November, what I would like to do is set the next payment date to be the December one. Okay, so how do we do that? I will have all that enum repeat over here. So maybe I'll create a private method. Okay, the private method will be, yes, wow, it understands so many things. Hold on to the autocomplete, please. I need the bill instance, the current date. Okay, current date, I'm making mistakes, will be carbon parse. I can pass the bill payment, next payment date. Okay, this is the current date, and then I can return the next date, right? I will not update over here. I will just return the thing. So what I can do is I can do a match of the frequency, and let me see. Does it make sense? Okay. So if my bill frequency is weekly, I add this. Yep. If it is monthly, I add this. Quarterly, half yearly. And the best part is, because this next payment date is the actual thing which the user has selected, I don't need to worry too much whether it is past, all those things, because it is going to be the next month. So um, this is fine. And the last one will be bill frequency. Oops. Frequency custom. And I will add days, bill interval days. Yes. I won't handle any default. These are the only things. And what I will do is perfect. This is done. I will now get the next payment date. Then I will update the bill payment. Yes. Generate count. What happened is there mm, 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 mm. Where is the syntax error? This is the round bracket. First of all, okay, let's get rid of this problem. Hey, is my enum wrong? Bill frequency enum. Okay. Import class. Enum. Bill frequency enum. Why is it complaining then? Undefined type actions. Okay. And my import class is not working. That's nice. Enums bill status. So I will also do bill frequency. Okay. Bill factory is not required. Hold on for some time. Okay, so that error was because okay, this is fine. Bill each, and I can do return this, and now I can put this as int. Now we have a comment. Why don't you use Laravel extension? Okay, so the problem here is the import was not ready to work. Okay, I had installed that Laravel extension and it was not working. I don't know why. Is it a Windows problem or it is a Windows and WSL problem? I have no clue. And so I installed IntelliFence and it is kind of working. And to be very honest, I realized that with Cursor, even if I don't have that extension, that's fine. So yeah, that's how it is right now. Anyways, so let me see. I think how much time are we on live? It's 46. So let's see. At least I would like to complete this so that we have bill instances. For example, right? App models, bill instances, all to array bill instance. Sorry. Yeah, this is empty, and ideally With this code, we should have that in place. Let's see. This is returned, so I will hit refresh. Nothing happened because I think now I am not returning anything. Yes, which is fine. But now if I query, I have two instances. Yes, 1120 and 2911, which is correct. And if I try to get the bill, can you see the next one is 20th 12 and this one is 2712. Perfect. So this means our um, code, the action is working. It will not create multiple instances, which is a good thing. And now what I will do is I will not create the entire UI in this video, but at least the basic table we should have in place. So let's go into our dashboard page. Okay. And dashboard controller. What do we need to do? Let me think it through. Pending bills, right? I should have an action for this. I'll create get pending bill action bills action.php. Yes, thank you. We need to write the code for the query. Let me think it through. So what are the things that I will need? I will need this for sure. Yeah, I have a feeling even if I make the payment, right? Even if I make the payment, yeah, those things will be there. So I should only look for the pending ones. Okay. Yes, it will be a collection. So I can import, eliminate. These will be database collections. This is bill instance, then the enum. Okay. Where status bill instance, have I done a cast? Yes. So I don't need value, I think. Okay. I should also allow the ability to pass a date. Okay. Import carbon. Now, I will do. I think I'll have to do that current month business. So current date is current date now, and then start of the day, end of the day. No, these will be start of month, end of month. Yes, very similar. And then yes, due date should be this. And up. I think I'll need the, because I'll have to show the name of the biller and all, right? I will do bill dot biller. Return. And over here, what I will do is get the controller to, you know, get pending this. Okay. Dollar pending bills is this, execute. And pending bills. Let me see. um, components. Yep. So what we can do is literally have the table quickly done. Uh, Dashboard. First, I'll need to set the props. So the props here is pending bill, which is an array. Yes, which is correct. Now, this is not paginated data for sure. Add here pending bills. Then. Okay. Just let me think it through. Okay. This is a table. This table is taking way too much height. Why? Let me see where do we have that height coming from? Table. This table is fine. This container is fine. This container is taking the entire width. Why? Relative. Okay. I think it is aspect video. Let me remove it. Yep. Aspect video, right? So I will come over here. Transactions table. Aspect video. Get rid of them. Great. This is done. I just need a table now. So I'll get rid of this and get rid of this as well. Where are my tables? What should I name my table? In the uh, programming world, I think the most difficult part, at least I feel that way, is naming. Okay, bill. What should we name it? We have a billers table. These are bill instances. So maybe I will say bill instance table.tsx. Export default. Let's rely on a lot of autocomplete. What have we here? Table head. Sometimes I do get confused when there's so much autocomplete. Table head is bill. We have header, table row, table head, bill. No, this will be, I think, yes, hash. Then I will have biller. Okay, I'll have frequency. And then I will have due date. Yes. And finally the amount. I don't need the status because everything which is here is in pending state. So I need the bill instances, right? So what I will do over here is bill instances, pending bills, yes. Import this. Let's see, do we see anything? Yes, thank you very much. Now we need a loop. A loop for, first of all, I'll need a t-body. So this is done. And bill instances map t row t cell, all good. Biller instances, right? This is, I want this to be bill. Okay, table row bill ID, and bill dot this is bill instances. Actually, yeah, I think that thing was fine. Biller instance dot bill dot biller dot name. Is that correct? I think so. Let me see. This is this is fine. Um, this one I think will be the frequency is with the bill dot frequency. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So we have Airtel Internet, frequency monthly, due date is on 20th, amount 300. 300 is it? Yeah. Okay. And the Vodafone thing is 29th of 11, 209. That's pretty much what we wanted. One quick thing. Last name, uppercase. Uppercase? No. The other one is capitalize, I think. Yes, this one makes more sense. So, yeah, guys, we are almost there in terms of, I mean, at least we are creating this thing where our action will generate the instances, right? And it will allow us to look at the pending things. This action which we have created, where is it? I can put it in cron and let it run every day, because this will be very lightweight. This thing, no, not this one. Sorry. Right. This one is going to be very lightweight because it will query that, it will come over here and it will find that it doesn't need to create anything. So yeah, it will just skip. Otherwise it will create. So it's an idempotent kind of a functionality. I can call it multiple times. And yeah, so it's fail safe. We will get these entries, and we are now ready in our next video to look at how we can do the payment. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I wanted to cover in this video. Let me run these two and we can commit. What do we have over here is, I think, yeah, web. I will keep it at least for this video so that you can understand what happened. This is fine. This is a new table that we created, dashboard. We have the bill instance added as props, added the table. Yes, we removed these classes as well. Bill.php, yes, we have added the scope. Controller, we added the action to get the pending bills. And this is our one action to get the pending bills. And this is generate our bill instances. So yeah, all good to go. Video 13. This time I will generate it through cursor. Let's see what it has to say. Add actions for generating monthly this. Yeah, all good. I'll just add this as well. All right, guys. So that's about it. That's what I wanted to cover in this video. Hope you enjoyed this video and what we have covered so far in this series as well. Again, feel free to comment and participate in this discussion. Tell me what you expect more in terms of functionalities. I'm right now open to this thing. I will create the bill payment and then work on other things at this point. I'm open to feedback. Tell me what you feel about the videos as well. And yeah, let's make it interesting. Thank you for being there, guys. Really appreciate it. If you like this video, then do click like on this and subscribe to my channel as well. See you in the next video.